Hi and welcome to this afternoon's webinar where Emma's going to take us through the animal transfer module. This is a module where you can buy cows from other uniform users or sell cows to other uniform users and really speed up the way that you can either import or export the data. So without further ado, I shall pass it over to Emma.
So with the animal transfer, you enter your animals as a sale, and that can be done as a batch, and then that will then create an export folder where the buying farm can just read in, and all the animal data will be imported onto their uniform program with all the reproduction history and all the animal records and pedigree details. The only thing that won't come across with the animals is the health events. So to start off, what you need is the farm you're selling your animals to. You need their CPH number. Then you would go to your cow's head, daily task, and your supplier list. You would create a new supplier. I'm just going to edit this one here that we've got already. You would enter the name of the herd that you're selling your animals to, and also put something in the herd number field, and you need to enter their CPH number and make sure that cattle and linked holding is ticked. What you also need to do for your reproduction details to come across in the animal records is go to your cow's head, service bulls, and your bull records. You need to ensure that there is something in the ear tag field against your bull record, and that could be either the AI code or the name or any information relating to that bull. Something has to be present in that ear tag field for those bull records to come across, and that's important for any services that are against those bulls. They won't come across unless there is something populated in that ear tag number field, so you can work through all your bulls. Once you've set up that supplier and you've done your bull records, if you go to sell any animals in the future to the same farm, you don't need to do anything unless you have got a new bull that you are using, because it's all set up ready to go, so you do need to just do it that once. So then what you would do is you would go to your cow's head, daily tasks, and daily events. And now we're just going to go in and do your batch sale, so batch entry, and then the purchase sale. So this is as it is now in your program. Select the animal type that you want to sell, and also select their status. So if you are selling young stock, ensure that's ticked, and then press next. Now you need to select the animals that you want to sell to the other uniform user. So we're going to select some animals here. So we've got 18, 79, 98, 135. So we've got those animals selected. We're just going to press next. This is all the same. So select your sale date, the reason for sale. If the reason isn't here, you can add it in. We're going to select export, and then you can fill out the comments and income if you wish, but the most important thing here as well is to select the supplier. So here we have the receiving herd that's linked to this holding that we set up previously in the supplier section, and then you press finish. We've got 4 sales processed here. This is what's new on the animal transfer. It will ask you if you want to create an export file. If you say yes to that one, it's just going to load the animal transfer module. So it's brought this animal transfer module export up. So we're exporting that information out with those 4 animals. It's exporting the parents and any offspring against those animal records. We'll press next, and then you need to save that file with those animals in onto your PC. So I've created an animal transfer file here, so I'm just going to save those into there and then press finish. And now it's creating that file for me containing those animals. So what I can do now is I can email that to the farm that's purchased my animals, and then they will need to read it in. So your work as the seller of those animals is now done. So now we're going to be the receiving farm.
So now you're showing basically how you would import that if you'd bought the cows from the other uniform user.
Yeah, so now I'm just going to select that database. So I've got my email from the farm with those animals in, and normally if you enter in your animals that you've bought, you would go into your cow's head, daily tasks, daily events, and you would go in and enroll animals. This animal transfer means you only have to go to your cow's head and links. You've got the animal transfer module here, and you're importing that file. So we're going to select the animal transfer module import. We've got the file name here. So we're just going to tick that file as the one that we want to read in. Press next. It's asking if we want to use the original animal numbers, which you can do. So this is the animal numbers that are against those animals on the farm that you've just purchased from. You press next, and it's going to then show you the 4 animals that you've purchased as herd entries, and then any offspring will be down here as pedigree entries. So you also have the animal number. So the old animal number column, this is the animal numbers that those were against those animals on the farm you've bought the animals from. If you do want to change them, you can just type the new animal numbers in here and work your way down the list. If the old animal number matches an animal number on your farm in your current herd, it won't override it. It will come up in this bold text, and it would have automatically selected the next animal number to use. So you can manage that here. Press next again, and it's now going to show you all the bulls that are in that file that are going to be imported onto your farm. And these are all the bulls that are against any services on those 4 animals that you've purchased. And then I'm going to press finish. So it's just now reading in that file. So now if I go and find animal 18, which was the first one on our list that we imported in from the other farm, we can go to the movements tab, and it will show us that we purchased this today from the sending herd. In the actual tab, you've got all of the information here. Again, in the general tab, you've got the things like date of birth, the animal type, it's all there for you. Reproduction tab, if we select all lactations, all of that data has come across. Like I said, with the health, nothing comes across on the animal records for the health, but you do have in the pedigree any offspring that is there as well. So a lot more information does come across. It saves you the time entering it all, putting in whether they're first, second, third lactation and their last calving date. It's all there for you. And then those animals obviously will be marked as sold on the farm that has sold them. but it's just a lot faster and a lot more accurate for you, that data input.
Yeah, so if you're selling or buying from another fellow uniform user, this is really, yeah, it's really going to save a lot of time, isn't it?
Yes, so if animal transfer is something that you want to look at using, if you do buy or sell animals to other uniform users, then do give our help desk a call, and we can put that on for you to try if you want to.
Okay, sounds great. Next week, you're running that one as well, aren't you? So you're going to cover PC housekeeping, the things, the do's and don'ts that we should be doing.
Yeah, just a general PC housekeeping, just to keep your PC up to date.
Okay, fantastic. Look forward to that next